to love. Lovell.
So game 2 here in this quarter-final, which really offers up two players who would very much see it as a 50-50. Both have a massive chance to go into the semi-finals of the Commonwealth Games and then be in contention for a medal. And it's Holly Norton who's just putting her foot down here a little bit. Chinappa is generally a player who's not going to have too much of a B game here, Laura. She's going to keep pressing, going to keep trying to chop it in, using angles. You get the feeling if Norton can manage that, keep retrieving and keep digging those balls up, keeps her unforced error count low, it's going to go one way.
Yeah, as I said in the highlights, the shoulders are back, the chin's out from Norton now. She's a confidence player, and this start of the second game will only add to that. She was edgy to start, I'd say, but she's settled now, and Chinappa's going to have to dig deep here, otherwise it's going to run away very quickly.
Yeah, that was a good example when Chinappa is really stranded, looking like she's on an island there. She's not able to get back. Her recovery is nowhere near as strong as Norton's. Once again, lifting it.
Stroke to Chinappa.
She was looking for her, but Norton just wanting to keep that ball nice and straight, tight to the wall, just couldn't manage it. I've called it the Commonwealth curse on the top players, and I want you to sort of enlighten us a little bit, Laura, having been there at the top of the game you played in the final in Glasgow against Nicole David. Just that, enlighten us about the pressure on players in terms of the media circus that surrounds the Commonwealth Games in comparison to being on the PSA Tour, where it just doesn't get that kind of exposure.
Yeah, well, squash, obviously, as people who play know, is predominantly on the PSA World Tour. When we come to a Commonwealth Games, everything shifts. You're part of a huge team, particularly for us in Team England with some really high-profile athletes. It's everything. It's the team kit, the kitting out day, the media attention, the fact that for a squash player you're going to get that limelight for a day or 2 days where you're going to get a bit of TV coverage that you're just not used to. And it builds and it builds and it builds in the weeks leading up, and you're so desperate to kind of show the world what you've got, the Commonwealth at least, what you've got, and it adds to the nerves when you get on the squash court. It's the desperation that comes from the nerves, I think, Johnny, more than anything. Desperation to do well and to showcase our sport in the very best light that we can.
I think that's a great word, desperation, because squash, obviously, there's no hiding the fact that the sport and everybody involved with it at every level, as Norton is now really punching holes through Chinappa, who her defences seem to be really falling apart at the seams around the middle. Oh, she was in position there. If she could just sort of lift that above the tin, it was another winner.
3-5.
Chinappa obviously needs to stay in touch here. But yeah, getting back to that, just to round that up, the desperation of squash also wanting to become Olympic. So this is the stepping stone to get there. So like you say, everybody that's involved just puts, there's an added tension there, which is otherwise not around in other events. Fantastic there. And as you said, the confidence factor is very high now, so she's
6-3.
not feeling that pressure that she had in her body in the first game. Stepping in nicely there, nice soft hands. Well, from 6-3, Holly Norton has really left the door ajar here, because both those positions where she's made the unforced errors in the last two rallies, were actually quite strong in the court.
No let. No let. Player review, Chinappa on the no let.
Judging from the tone of her appeal, I was definitely expecting she was going to review it, Laura. But has Holly Norton done a lot wrong here? I don't think so.
No, she's annoyed, isn't she, Chinappa, because she got that racket caught behind Norton, but the refs don't really care about that these days. just got to pull it through and find a way to get your racket on the ball. They will not give a let for that, I don't think.
No let, decision upheld. Chinappa has no reviews remaining. Hand out, 7-5.
Definitely important, in terms of the momentum, that Norton just could get that point on the board and stop the run of points from Chinappa. Oh, wow, what a finish. What a finish, and accentuated by the look on her face and the way she raises her fist.
8-5.
Talk about a bit of carpe diem and seizing the day. That's what she's doing out there, Laura. I really feel that she's seeing her opportunities and she's taking them.
You ran straight into your opponent. I needed you to go and get that ball. 9-5. Down.
Another lovely finish. Very strong on the volley, Holly Norton.
10-5. Game ball.
So, adding an extra stamp in this game to winning that first game. It's been patterns of play. It's not only that she won it, but she won it very strongly there. In charge, taking command of the centre. Looking fantastic for Canada. Holly Norton, 2 games to love. (11-9), 11-5.
To love. Lovell.
Holly Norton playing some of the best squash that she could wish to play in such a big setting here. Quarterfinals, eyeing her semi-final spot.
Yeah, it was interesting that, Johnny, what you mentioned in the mid-game break, that Palakul going over to speak to Joshna Chinappa.
Yes, let.
And I think she really does need firing up a little bit here.
Let.
If nothing else, spark up your movement, spark up your attitude, believe that you can win, know you've got the team behind the court for you.
It's an interesting one here. I mean, it looks like her racket preparation is being prevented by the fact that Chinappa, but just a bit late, I would say. She was a bit earlier, a bit quicker there. It could have been a stroke.
Norton has no reviews remaining. Stop. The score is Lovell and it's Norton serving. Lovell.
Oh, interesting. Both players there just getting a bit confused. Certainly we can just see in the quick step of Chinappa that urgency has been brought into her game at the start of this game. The question for me is going to be how long can she maintain that for?
Yeah, you're right, Johnny. She's looking more sparky for sure. Her steps quicker.
Yes, led.
Oh. Interesting decision. No argument from either player, so we go on.
Looked like she was just sort of falling into Norton a bit there. Too early for Norton to worry about reviewing, and she's
Okay. Okay, I did not see that. No, okay, I'm going to play a let. Because I think it's the fairest outcome. Love all.
That's a good explanation there from Jason Foster. Clipping Norton with the swings. Fair enough to play a let. She's picked that ball up there, Johnny. She's certainly trying to retrieve a little bit more. The trouble for Chinappa with her movement is the back leg, for those watching, is totally collapsing. And for those who've played squash will know, you want to try and hold as much as you can that T position. So for Chinappa, she may be getting these balls back on the wall now, front wall. However, when the back leg collapses through, she's getting stranded in that corner. It makes her extremely exposed for the follow-up shot.
Oh, that was strong from Norton. Hard to explain to viewers out there. It's difficult when you're sort of taking on so much body contact and then still on that stretch here to balance and bring that ball straight and not spray it back on yourself. The little things that she needs to do right, and there's a good squeeze on the back wall. We talk about the side wall, but it's the back wall as well, where that ball gets stuck.
Perfect example there. Stranded front right-hand corner from the post, exposed, totally exposed in the backhand back corner. The court is becoming very, very big for Chinappa here, and unless she can make it big for Norton as well, she's going to be struggling.
Down.
And we haven't seen that for quite some time. Back second half of game two, Norton really cut through Chinappa very quickly. Didn't miss a trick. She's been very, very clean with her unforced error count. I don't want to sort of create an omen, Laura, but I'm always just watching, putting an alert on these things. That's 2 in the tin now.
Stroke to Norton.
Oh, it's more really Chinappa with her explanation, just hoping maybe that Jason Foster might make a huge error, because that would be a huge error on his part to not give a stroke there.
Stroke to Chinappa.
A little bit, obviously, disappointing end for Norton, but still, just in general play, when I see the way she's retrieving, bringing those balls back, she's got to keep doing that for her part, because that movement is really, she's got a big advantage there.
No let. There's room to play the ball there.
There's no argument either, Laura, and my first instinct was that was the correct decision.
5-4.
A lot of space here, we'll see. Have a look at this. There's no way there's any danger of any contact there.
Oh, that's a cracking shot, isn't it? Just what the doctor ordered from Chinappa. She should try and use those decisions that really rile her up to be attacking and positive. I mean, for me, there's still a little bit too much play across the court from Chinapa's perspective there. Cross court onto the strength side of Norton, down the left-hand wall. Just cross-courting a lot, and I think he's putting a lot on Norton's volley there. Another cross-court. She's lucky, but it was a great length. And that's a good tactic from Norton, just taking a quick towel break. A few rallies in a row. Great momentum, hopefully.
7-5. Down.
Again, movement.
Hand out.
Just not strong with that lunge into those front corners, and Holly Norton is very aware of that. As you said, that left-hand side is a danger area when Chinapa gives Norton that amount of time and space to line it up. It's the old lefty hook shot, which is so hard to read for a right-hander.
Yeah, you're just not used to it, are you? So few left-handers on tour that to get a read on that, you have to be training with one, playing with a lefty quite a lot, and there's so few and far between. It's a whipping shot.
Yes, let. 8-7.
Well, fortune favours the brave, and she definitely has been brave with her shot making in this match, Holly Norton. We've seen that backhand volley being executed to precision, and none better than that one, which set up the follow-up winner. Again, nice use of the wrist on the left-hand side.
Down.
Tension.
Hand
Definitely
out.
closing in, only 2 points away from winning.
8-9.
Yeah, could be.
Wrist just sort of flopped at that one.
Yeah, it's
rolled over it.
It's a big moment in the match. 9-all, 10-8 is a big rally.
Yes, let. 8-9. Yes, let. 8-9.
I think Norton knows she should have played that, could have played it, probably for a winner. Again, Chinapa's movement a little stranded, quite a way away from the tee. I think Norton's got to regroup here again, make this rally a tough one.
And cross-court tactics working very well, especially when she's sort of parked beside Chinapa. Oh, lovely switch.
Stroke to Chinapa.
There we go, 2 points in the favour of Chinapa. I wonder just how Norton's feeling if she did see that finish line a little bit early. Chinapa has to throw the kitchen sink at these last couple of points and get a game on the board.
Stroke to Chinapa.
Definitely.
Or just take 2 strokes in a row.
9.
Yeah, the previous one was well earned, but that one was cheap. Holly Norton definitely feeling the pinch out there. Spraying that one, and now Chinapa can get a game back and send this into a 4th game if she can win this point.
Yes, let. Yeah.
I think that's a fair outcome, to be honest,
Left
Johnny.
side.
I mean, Ball was drifting away, a bit far away from Chinappa for
10-9.
a winner.
Game ball.
Just sort of one of those where they were just in each other's way. Player let ball. Crucial point, neither happy about that, but I think the ref got it right.
She was off balance but decided to play it. Again, players, a bit of traffic going on, especially Chinappa just getting caught sometimes trying to get through. It's gutsy, wasn't it? She showed her what she was going to do, and then she delivered.
Player must win by 2 points.
Yeah, it was slick as well. I don't think she could have asked for a better result from that, and you were always a bit edgy watching it go in. I was brave. Great length from Chinappa. Little fist pump of her own.
11-10. Game ball.
Oh, what a shot. That was measured, calculated and executed to perfection. Coming up with the big plays, isn't she, Holly Norton? Game ball down and swing and a miss, but back in play. Oh, what a massive stretch there from Norton. Incredible power. Well, we're rocking in our chairs here because there's some serious quality going on at the end of this game, and this is bringing the best out of both players. Wonderful to see as Chinappa, a great adjustment there after.
Oh, she did all the work. Norton, sitter to finish the rally. And you're absolutely right. Slumping back in our chairs from Johnny and I.
Oh, what a finish again, but she's got it. Not that one. Third game ball of Chinappa has disappeared.
And out.
And Norton, to her credit, is holding strong. We talk about that mental strength, Laura, and you were known as the best in the business. Certainly one of. That's what she's showing here. A lot of strength upstairs between the ears.
Stroke to Chinappa. And out.
And she got a foot of the racket to the head, Norton, then, so I think that's a fair shout.
Game ball.
That's gone out. 4 game balls gone.
And
we saw
13
in the first ladies quarter final that it took Joel King 11 game balls before she could convert. Hasn't had match ball yet. Oh, great switch, and she's been using that shot to great effect throughout the course of this game. And with that, Holly Norton has earned her first match point. Looking to go to the semi-finals of the Commonwealth Games.
Down.
Done it. She's done it. And look at that. Massive emotion outpouring. Holly Norton, all smiles. And why wouldn't you be? Grafted her way throughout her career. A real worker. Here, look at that. The fist are in the air of Nick Sackby. Nicole Bunyan is ecstatic. Quarter-final result, Holly Norton earning her way through, and she did it the hard way in the third game, 15-13, and that was fantastic finished.
Thanks for coming.